how many ways are there to get the golden visa in Portugal? Because everyone knows, well, did know about the property purchasing.
That's out.
And unfortunately, that's out. But there's lots of other ways you can qualify if that's still what you want to do. So,
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Crypto Tips. This is Maria.
Hi.
She's a lawyer here in Portugal, and she's going to explain to us what you can expect from the Golden Visa program. Maybe give a little intro of what it is for those who don't know. Yeah, so what are, and some recent changes to the program that people should be aware of.
Right. So the Golden Visa is an investment visa that you would apply for in order to live in Portugal, study, work. You can do whatever you want in Portugal with a Golden Visa. Now, a Golden Visa is more for those who don't want to spend much time. They only want to spend 7 to 14 days a year, 14 days a year, and although many people that apply for a Golden Visa, they end up staying for a long time.
Yeah.
It's true. But, they want to have that freedom. If I have to leave, I can leave. With a D7 or a D8, you can leave as well, but the requirement is 6 months in a row or 8 months with gaps.
Okay.
Golden Visa is not. It's those 14 days a year, and that's it. Now, it's not that the Golden Visa gives you a better path towards citizenship. It's the same as any other visa. And citizenship has a requirement of you showing ties to the community. I find it very difficult for you if you spend 7 days, 14 days in a country to show ties to the community. But there's other ways to show. So it's always doable. The Golden Visa did change, as you were saying. Before we could apply with property acquisition, we would buy a property of 500,000 euros. And the first change that occurred was that you could not purchase near the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Big cities, yeah.
Yeah, in big cities like Lisbon, Porto, you could not. Now you cannot even buy property. So that's out. You cannot do Golden Visa through property acquisition. But there's 5 other ways to do a Golden Visa. So the first one, you can hire 10 employees. And of course, you have a company, right? So you invest in a company, you create 10 jobs. You hire 10 people. For how long? For as long as you want the visa. But remember, if you hire now, it's 5 years. If you hire now, the 5 years will not start counting. You have to start the process, right?
Okay.
Buy the company, hire the 10 jobs, and then do the application.
Okay, so you already have to have that.
Regardless if it's approved or not, the process starts before.
Okay.
And this is really important. Regardless of which option you choose in order to apply for a Golden Visa, you always have to show that the money came from inside, from Portugal. So you are an expat, of course, otherwise you wouldn't be applying for a Golden Visa, right? And you want to invest in Portugal, you want to have a Golden Visa. So either if you do 250 or 500, the money needs to come from another country, United States, okay. The money comes from the Bank of the United States to a Portuguese bank. And then from the Portuguese bank to the investment that you want to do. Not direct from the US, in this case, direct to that investment. Okay. No, it needs to go through your own, with your name.
Using your tax number probably. And
there you go, bank account, and then the investment is done. So first one, create 10 jobs. Second one, invest 500 in scientific research, buy a fund, 500 as well. Now they even have ETFs.
Oh, yeah.
They do. They have funds with crypto, so you can, you can,
get exposure to crypto at least.
There you go. But the fund needs to be Portuguese, and you have it now in Portugal. You do have it.
I do think, though, I remember reading about that the fund investment isn't available to U.S. citizens.
It's not.
I think they're excluded from that because of FACTA and reporting, and basically it's like it's too difficult for the fund to deal with U.S. citizens and the government that they're attached to.
There are rules for those funds to be valid for Golden Visa application. That's why I cannot say this enough. You need to hire a lawyer. So in our firm, we always check if it's a good, because some clients come and say, Maria, I saw this fund. That's the one. I only want that one. And then we go check and say, oh, this is...
They saw a marketing scheme. And
there you go. There's a lot of marketing. Be aware.
Yeah.
So, and it's good that you have all these attorneys. You can choose one that knows what they're doing about Golden Visas. So, donate to the arts. There's a new one, which is donate to immigration associations. Okay. Yeah, that's brand new. So be aware of that, because we need to check if it comes with all the legalities that are needed.
Okay.
Okay. That is the one that they implemented. The last one that they implemented was for immigration associations that protect
I
immigrations
see.
that are legal in the country. So funds, donate to the arts, scientific research, create 10 jobs, buying company. So you have 5, right? Any of those 5, you need to be aware that they comply with all the requirements in order to be eligible for golden visa. Remember, the money needs to come from a Portuguese bank account with your name. If you are applying for yourself and your family, the investment, the 500 investment or the 250 investment needs to be done in the name of the first applicant.
Okay.
For example, if the investment is done in your name and your wife's, then they will count 50-50. And you
so
will
it's
not
half
have
the investment.
Yes, you
Okay.
will not have enough of the amount. That
Okay.
happened a lot. In property acquisition, you would buy a 500 property, but because it's the name of 2, it would be a 250. You could not apply with that. So be aware of that, okay? It needs to be in the name of 1. Of course, the big difference between golden visa and any other visa, it's a very expensive visa, of course.
Yeah.
So when you apply, you have governmental fees that goes around 5,600 euros. If you do a D7, the fees to apply is 200. When you go and it's approved and you do the biometrics, the residency permit, you go and you have your appointment for the biometrics. With a D7, D8, or any other visa, you pay 100 euros, 50 euros to 100 euros. Yeah. When you do with a golden visa, you pay 5,000 something.
That's insane.
I know. When you renew, you pay again 50 euros, 100 euros for a D7, a D8. And the renewal is not 5,000, 2,000 something. It's half of the value.
Wow.
And for each applicant. So
wow,
it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
But again, you've been doing very well in crypto because you've been following Heidi from Crypto Tips.
Yeah.
And you are a huge
If you know,
millionaire because your investments are good. You don't care if you pay 5,000 on an appointment. You just want to be free to travel the world without having that requirement of 6 months in a row or 8 months with gaps. That's huge.
Yeah, yeah.
So the 14 days a year is the thing you want, and you don't mind paying 5,000 to have that.
Yeah. So then you'd have like the main applicant and then like dependents if you had family members or something. Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah. So the golden visa is still a very good visa for you to apply, but be aware of the differences. Be aware of the marketing. It's not that the golden visa gives you automatically citizenship.
Exactly.
This is
That's a huge misconception.
They always tell me that.
It's visa.
I want the citizenship, so I'm going to buy a golden visa. No.
Yeah.
The citizenship has its own rules, and it's for all visas. So regardless if you are a golden visa, if you are a D7, if you stay 5 years in the country, legally in the country, it only starts counting from the moment you are legally. Again, there's a new law, we spoke that in a video, that says because it's taking so long, it's from the moment you have applied until you got the visa.
Okay.
But still, if it's a D7, it's 60 working days, that from the moment you applied to the moment it was approved. That's not it. So the citizenship is for everyone who spent 5 years legal in the country, show ties to the community. They either bought property, they invested in the country, they went to the gym, they have invoices, they have the phone invoices, they had a rental contract, they have all these little things that they can show that shows that they have ties to the community. All of those can apply for citizenship, regardless if it was a golden visa or not. But there's a lot of marketing saying, buy a golden visa, do citizenship in Portugal. Two different things.
Yeah, or that like it gives you a fast track to citizenship or something.
It doesn't. It's exactly the same. But you see that online a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Not true.
Well, some shysters online, guys. You got to watch out. So thank you so much, Maria, for covering this. For those of you who are interested in the golden visa or the D7 or D8, or a lot of different, like that's what I'm always saying. There's so really
many.
easy to get residency in Portugal. There's so many options.
And what I always say is that it's all about your personal circumstances. The visa that is good for you might not be good for me. It's about your life, your experiences, your circumstances. Because she might have passive income. Imagine she has lots of investments and she has interests every month that allows her to apply for a passive income visa, a D7. And on the other hand, I work remotely and I have this paycheck that allows me to apply for a D8 visa in Portugal. And there's this third person that's a university student, is going to do a PhD in Portugal and will apply for a student visa. It really depends on the person. That's why at visasinportugal.com, we have this webinar that has 5 easy steps to move to Portugal to make it easier for people. It's free.
Perfect.
It's
Oh,
free.
nice.
Yes, it's free. And you can ask questions. I always answer everybody's questions from every visa. It's only to help people move because there's so much misconception online. Yeah. So in that webinar, you can address the different types of visas and what can you do for different types of visas and whatnot.
Amazing. Yeah, because that's another thing. Just because are aware of one visa and you think, oh, that might work for me. Maybe I can make that work. There might be one that you're not aware of that actually is like the perfect fit for you.
90% of those who hire my visasinportugal.com to do a golden visa end up with a different visa. Because when we do the meeting, we always end up, no, it's easier. Golden visa not only is more expensive, it's not working properly in Portugal. We have people waiting for that since 2021. People that I did a D7 in 2021 have renewed and are almost sending them.
Yeah.
They are almost applying for citizenship.
Yeah.
Because every visa, regardless if it's D7, D8, or Golden Visa, these three visas give you a 2-year residency permit when it's approved. It's first 2 years, and then you renew to 3 years. They're all the same, regardless if it's Golden Visa, D7, or D8. 2 years, then you renew for another 3. At the end of those 5, right, 2 plus 3, at the end of those 5, you apply for permanent residency and, or, if that's your choice, you can apply for citizenship.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's really about your circumstances, what's the best path for you, to decide the best visa.
Great. Well, thank you so much for letting us know about that. If you guys found this interesting, as always, we love it if you hit the like button and hit subscribe. And check out visasinportugal.com. It's a great resource. There's webinars for like really good information for free. And yeah, if there's something that we didn't cover that you're curious about, leave it in the comments down below. We're happy to help you out. So see you later.
Ciao.